see that right now. We'll post the info session. We'll post the info session afterwards for you to go over the recording if you want to. But you probably won't need to. You should be able to get all your information now. So the way this info session is going to be structured is I'm going to go over a little bit about what the DSC is. And then we'll dive into more detail about exactly what events we hold, what they're going to look like, how you can contribute, all that good stuff. So Liam, if you could take us to the next slide. What are developer student clubs in the first place? They're university-based communities where you can learn new skills, meet new people, and build solutions to impact your community. And the new skills that you learn can be anything ranging from mobile development to Python to machine learning and AI, UI, UX, and you can use those things that you learn to build actual solutions for your local community. But before I go into more detail about exactly what that's going to look like, I'd like you to sort of meet the people that are helping put this together. I'd like you to meet my core team. They're amazing people. You will have access to this presentation afterwards. You have access to this presentation now, and you should see the link in the chat to the presentation. If you don't, let me know. But connect with them, talk to them. They're awesome people. And I'd like them to basically introduce themselves. So Victoria, if you'd like to get us started, go ahead, introduce yourself, introduce Einstein maybe.
Let's see if I can get him up here. But I'm Victoria. I am the Vice President of our DSC. I'm a senior at the U of A. This past summer, I interned with USAA. During the school year, I work at the US Geological Survey as an IT assistant. I do see some familiar faces, some familiar names, so I'm really looking forward to getting to know you guys more and working with y'all. But I'll pass it over to Corey, our tech lead, or one of our tech leads.
Hi guys, so yeah, I'm one of the tech leads. I'm currently a junior. I'm in computer science. This last summer, I was interning with Microsoft. During the school year, though, I'm currently a CS tutor, so that's pretty fun. Yeah, I plan on trying to get out of Tucson after I graduate. But yeah, I'll pass it on to Liam.
Hi everyone, I'm Liam. I'm the other tech lead at the DSC here. I'm an incoming sophomore from Arizona studying computer science and pure math. My CS experience is pretty much limited to research settings, namely with health and informatics, and I'm pretty confident I want to do that in the future. As for hobbies, I'm into specialty coffee and I play a lot of video games. Let's leave it to Chelsea.
All right. Hi, guys. My name is Chelsea, and I am the marketing lead for the Developer Student Club at the University of Arizona. And I am majoring in computer science. I'm interested in software development and product management. And I don't know, in my free time, I guess I just like to, just hang out with my friends, go boating, and I like to watch the sunset. So that's cool.
Okay, thank you everybody for introducing yourselves. And if you guys want to connect to us or the club, you will find, our profiles were linked in the last slide. You have access to the presentation. We'll send you the presentation after the info session. Look us up, connect with us, talk to us. We're happy to connect and talk to you about anything club related or otherwise. And with that, let's jump into what exactly we can do for you. We can host workshops, tech talks, and study jams on things like app development, big data, cloud tech, machine learning, data science, UI, and basically anything else that you guys want to learn. We can teach you like Python and then how you use Python in something like Pygame or TensorFlow. We can teach you Dialogflow. It's going to be very community centered, and the way it's going to be structured is like the form you filled out before this event, where you specified what you guys are interested in. We're going to basically repeat that process throughout the year. We're going to see what you guys want to learn, and then we're going to either bring in people or on our own host these workshops that where you can learn the technologies that you want to learn. For example, we have a Git session coming up, but after that, I believe we are planning a session on machine learning, specifically principal component analysis in scikit-learn, because a lot of you did show that you guys were interested in machine learning and AI. And the workshops are going to be beginner friendly. So you guys don't have to worry if you've never done Python before. We'll teach you that too. And those are going to take the form of online hands-on workshops. So we'll code and you guys can follow along. If you have doubts, you can ask us. It's going to be a casual thing, but you're going to learn a lot. The other thing we can do is we can host tech talks. And that's where we bring in speakers from external organizations who've had experience in that field. So maybe we bring in somebody who works with Google Cloud, and they can come in and talk about what a career in Google Cloud is like, or they can come in and do a hands-on workshop with Google Cloud. We can also have tech talks on, soft skill things like resumes, what the industry is looking for right now, that kind of stuff. Just general things that you can do and make yourself more hireable, put on your resume, all that good stuff. The last couple of things we can do is study jams and hackathons. We don't know exactly what form those are going to take since all of this is virtual, but we can host hackathons if a lot of you are interested. So definitely let us know if you're interested, and we will figure something out. Can we move on to the next slide? Right, and we can also collaborate. We're open to collaborating with basically anybody. So if you're part of a club and you think that there's room for collaboration with the Google DSC here, in any capacity, hit us up. We're happy to accommodate you, figure out how we can collaborate and put up an event. We already have some collaborators, and some of you might have actually gotten your email invitations through them. And the people we're collaborating with right now are the Game Dev Club, Women in CS, Society of Hispanic Engineers, and Idea Lab. On this slide, all of those pictures actually lead to their websites. So if you're interested in these clubs as well, definitely go to the presentation, click on those logos, and sign up. I believe Society of Hispanic Engineers and Women in CS are holding their info sessions fairly soon as well. Oh, our Women in CS is already holding the info session, but SHPE isn't. So if you're interested, sign up, go there, look them up. And we can do more than collaborate with just clubs. We want to collaborate with you guys as well. So if you think that there's some technology that you've used in a project that maybe you're super interested in, something like Pygame, or maybe you've done a lot of Firebase and Flutter, and you've done cool projects, you want to show them off, or you want to teach other people, we'll have an interest form that we'll share a QR code for at the end of this meeting. And what you can do is submit your interest form and say that, hey, I want to host a workshop on this topic, and we'll talk to you, we'll set something up. We're happy to do that. It helps us get a lot more events going for the whole community. So you should definitely sign up as a member and stay tuned, because not only can you approach us for workshops, but sometimes we'll come to you for volunteer opportunities when we need help facilitating an event. And so that's like a really great way for you to get experience in the field, get to meet us, and get hands-on with a proper project that might even impact a local community. With that, we actually might be running a little bit early, but we can teach you all these things, but all of these things sort of have to culminate in something. And that's going to be the solutions challenge, which our guest speaker is going to talk about. And our guest speaker is Danny, aka Goose. He's one of my community managers at Google. And with that, Danny, take it away.
Well, howdy from Austin, Texas, y'all. Hopefully everyone can hear me loud and clear. Can I get a yes in the chat, or perhaps a thumbs up from somebody on camera for me? Awesome. Fantastic. Well, first of all, I want to thank y'all for inviting me to your info session, as well as allowing me to speak just a little bit about the solution challenge here. Before I jump into the solution challenge details, what I am going to do in the chat is I am going to drop in a couple links to what I believe will help make some of these connections a little stronger as I explain. So the first link that I'm dropping in is the actual solution challenge website, which is going to have all of the terms and conditions as well as the specifics for projects that you can submit. Highly recommend you give it a read as it's got tons of information that I will not dive into deep here, as I want to try to keep it high level as it's an info session. The second link I just dropped in there is a link to the Google Developers blog post, which is actually featuring the top 10 global submissions from last year's challenge. The reason I linked that is I think this is a great place to learn a little bit more about the type of caliber of projects we're looking for, perhaps get a couple ideas, see some demos that existing students around the world submitted, and perhaps draw some inspiration for your upcoming projects in the Solution Challenge. So now that I've explained those links, I'm going to talk about what Solution Challenge is. In a nutshell, Solution Challenge is asking you to identify a problem in your local community, whether that be with a local nonprofit, whether it be with another student organization, whether it be with a business which is experiencing some things they might not have in this new virtual world. What we want to do is actually encourage y'all to get out there and be involved in a full developer cycle by building a solution to a real world problem, incorporating one or more Google technology or services. In this solution challenge, you are asked to work on a group or work with a group of 4 students from your university to build out this solution using all of the new knowledge you have come to encompass throughout your school year with the DSC club's events, right? So that's why it's so important for you to come to these workshops. It's so important to let your core officers and your tech leads know the type of technology you're looking to learn so we can facilitate that opportunity and then give you the chance to practice that new theory you've learned and lock it in with practical application via this solution challenge. So finally, I think some of the things a lot of people are curious about. Obviously, there's some great prizes along the way. There's going to be additional resources that we put out from Google's end to help y'all with this challenge. We will have a virtual event series, launching next year in January to help you through this developer cycle. So what I want to do right now is encourage y'all. We have some time. Begin looking at your local community, thinking about problems that you could solve with technology that would improve people's lives, whether it be a daily occurrence, a weekly occurrence, a monthly occurrence. I believe all of y'all here today have the means to solve a real world problem, as long as we can give you the resources to unlock these technologies, which are traditionally hidden behind a paywall. So what you're hearing is get your thinking caps on, get excited to learn new tech skills, and get excited to have the opportunity to put them into practice, all while utilizing our resources and not your specific credit cards or dollars. It sounds pretty exciting. So with that, I will kind of just leave it at that. I'm sure y'all have some questions for me later, but in a nutshell, that is your solution challenge.
Awesome. Thank you, Danny. So let's summarize, and Liam, could you move on to the next slide maybe? Thank you. Okay, so to summarize, why should you join? It's free. There is no membership fee and there's no weekly commitment. And you get free access to Google Experts, Quick Labs, and Google Cloud badges. You don't have to pay anything. Those things are usually paid for, but we can give them to you for free. You can do those Quick Labs quests for absolutely free and, build up your skills free of cost. All you need to do is sign up to be a member, which is also free. And you just come to the workshops that you have time for. and you're going to be able to learn new skills. Like Danny was saying, you will be able to work on a real project for your community, which will look fantastic on your resume. You might even have the opportunity to volunteer with us and host workshops and hackathons, all that good stuff, which again is another line on your resume. It's another bit of experience you can add, under your belt. And there's just no reason not to join really, because it's super flexible. You come, you learn, you build, and it's free. Can we move on to the next slide maybe? And so if you're convinced, you can just pull out your phone, scan this QR code, go to the website, and you should be able to see a button that says join chapter. And you can hit that button and that's it. You should be able to fill in a few details, I believe, and you'll be signed up as a member. That's all you need to do. You should also attend our Git workshop. Yes, I can. Liam, are you doing that? Oh, okay. Okay, I'll put the link in the chat in a minute. And if you guys want to, see what our workshops are like, we're hosting a Git workshop next week, same time, Thursday. RSVP here, just like you RSVP'd for this event. We'll teach you the basics of Git, because for all our future workshops, Git is probably going to be one of those fundamental tools. And so if you don't already know how to use Git, this is a great opportunity to get familiar with it. It's going to be super easy, beginner friendly. You probably don't even need to know how to code to attend this workshop, because we're just going to show you the workflow, all that good stuff. And finally, thanks, Victoria. And finally, if you want to host workshops, the interest form is here. So scan this, and you'll be taken to a Google form where you can fill out the kinds of events that you're interested in hosting. So you can host a workshop, hackathon, anything really. There's like a section where you can, say other, and if you have ideas, then put them there, submit that form, and we'll get back to you about what we can do. So we're super open to ideas and collaboration. And finally, follow us on all of our social media pages. Chelsea, our marketing lead's been doing an amazing job of posting stuff everywhere. You should definitely follow us there so that we can, so that you get the latest updates about the club. And with that, I believe we can open the floor to questions.
Before we jump into questions, would it be okay if I just circle back for a second? Yeah, so one of the things that is going to be a little unique this year, right, is that a lot of these events will be hosted virtually. We kind of talked about that earlier, but what this does is it does create an interesting opportunity where if you have friends who maybe don't have the opportunity to get access to resources like this from a developer student club on their campus, feel free to share the event page with them to register for these newsletters. Just because they're not from, University of Arizona doesn't necessarily mean we can't potentially provide them these resources as well. But what's important to notate here is that they have to be from the higher education space, i.e. at a university, community college, actively enrolled. Don't send it to your brother or your sister who happens to be at a university for a couple years, right? We want these resources to be made available for students. But if you have friends in your network who you think could learn, from this next event, this Git event, absolutely share it with them, right? There is no harm in that. Just make sure that when they do register for the event page, they are filling out the information accurately. There's no reason to fudge if they're from a different university. It is a-okay. The other thing I want to notate here is this community is designed to be as inclusive and diverse as possible. So whether you're a highly experienced computer science student who knows 5, 6 different computer languages, or someone who has no idea what the Google Cloud Platform is, that is okay. This club is designed to be a safe space for all. So what we need from y'all to make that happen is to be active with the interests that you're looking to learn and to give us constructive criticism from the events that we do host. We want this technology and these events to be as useful for y'all as it is from our end of the organizers, right? We may think something's going really well, but it doesn't go that well from your end. So please just keep in mind all of these things I've mentioned. And with that, I would love to answer any and all questions you have about Developer Student Club, about anything we've discussed on this info session or not. The choice is yours.
Just briefly building off that, for example, with the PCA workshop that Adi mentioned a little bit ago, obviously there are kind of two ways that you can approach that. You can either go from the ground up with a formal mathematical derivation to an implementation, or you can go with scikit-learn and teaching a very, very functional approach. I'd like to emphasize that whether the approach, I guess, we select for that is pretty much dependent on what you guys want. So if people generally feel like they want a very practical, usable workshop that just emphasizes on getting results, then we'll go for that. If people are more interested in the formal theory behind why a particular technique works, or I guess the nuances of it, then we'll go more towards that. It's very, very flexible based on need.
Yes, big plus one to that. We really want your guys' feedback on everything. Tell us what we're doing well, tell us what we're not doing so well. It'll help us improve the workshops and the content we give you. And definitely, like Danny said earlier, we're open to everybody. So if you think somebody's interested in building a certain solution for the community, but they don't have any programming experience, bring them in, bring all your friends in who are interested, and we'll teach them. We'll teach all of you, and we'll build something cool. Do we have questions? I see a question in chat. For the Solutions Challenge, I am not currently in Tucson due to travel restrictions and all. How are the groups going to work if I can't find someone in my community? That's a great question. We are actually planning to potentially start a Discord or some other form of media where all of you guys can interact. So it's not going to be just emails. And since everything is virtual, the idea is you guys can use that platform to connect with each other and sort of either synchronously or asynchronously work online to build your solutions. And of course, we'll be there to support you every step of the way.
Yeah, what I was going to say is I think to start, what we could probably do is have some kickoff solution challenge events, right? More for networking, creating ideas. From there, when we break up into specific groups, that's where we can utilize, some Discord, Slack channel type of things. Real-time collaboration with Google Documents is also fantastic. The other thing I would recommend here is in a lot of corporate settings now, what we're finding is that in the virtual world, we all have to manage responsibilities with work. So we've seen an increase with like daily stand-up calls where instead of everyone joining at a specific time to actually work on things, everyone finds a quick 30 minutes to debrief the task list, which has to be tackled, and then everyone kind of separates from there. So there's a couple methodologies we could put into practice here, but those are just a few I would come to expect from this specific challenge, especially in the virtual world. So it looks like we have another one. Do we have to be a part of the Solutions Challenge to join the club / go to the workshops? Absolutely not. The Solution Challenge is designed to be, an opportunity for y'all to put into use these new skills you have learned, but we are not going to force anyone to participate in projects if they do not wish. However, I would really love to see you try to work on something because in my opinion, that's how I've learned and locked in that knowledge the best, right? Is it not just understanding the theories, but really taking the time into putting them into practical application. It's made all the difference in my personal skill journey, but everyone's different. So if you just want to come to the workshops, that's totally fine.
Do we have other questions? You can put them in chat or just unmute yourself.
Yeah, feel free to join us on camera, unmute. This is y'all's time as well, right? We're here to answer your questions, make you feel comfortable, and join our community.
Sorry, I was a few minutes late, so I don't know if this was addressed or not. if there is like a time conflict, or I see that this meeting is being recorded, is it going to be posted somewhere where we can access at another time if we're not able to make it, or etc.?
Yes, great question. We actually have a website in the works, and we are going to post all of our workshops and even this info session over there. We'll share the link to the website with you guys after the once the website's ready, and you can always attend the workshops that way.
Thank you.
Of course.
Quick question. So you mentioned that like there'd be workshops going on to help like improve our programming, but is there any like resources provided through the club or things that you would all like recommend to kind of get a head start or be able to improve our programming skill outside of workshops?
We can definitely follow up with material about that. But since most of our workshops are going to be beginner friendly, we're going to take you all the way. And I think towards the end of the workshops, what we can do is we can tell you how you can expand on the things we've taught in the workshop.
Thank you.
So it looks like we had another question in the chat from Tony. Are there regular weekly meetings or mainly just skill workshops?
Great question. The way this club is structured is we're going to have events. And so there's no weekly meeting. So if you sign up as a member, you're not going to be expected to, come every Thursday at 6 o'clock, at 6 p.m. You can just sort of keep tabs on the website, see what events we have coming up, and sign up for the ones you want. So it's a freestyle. You can come to the events that you want to, maybe the events that you think are important for your solutions challenge project if you're working on that. But no, there's no weekly commitment. Yeah, that's basically the.
A brief follow-up to that. I think generally speaking, the workshops are going to be held, correct me if I'm wrong, every 2 weeks. So that gives kind of like a rough framework of when things will be. But again, it's very flexible whether you want to attend something or you don't. So don't feel obligated to.
Mm-hmm.
So it does look like we had a question about hackathons. So if y'all want to participate in hackathons, that is something we can explore. One of the things I will mention here, though, from Google's side is we do support a lot of MLH sponsored hackathons. So if you're looking to join, an existing hackathon, get some access to Google Cloud materials, maybe get a sneak peek at some cool potential new resources that may come to your university, highly recommend going to mlh.io, check out their website, check out their upcoming hackathon events. They're all virtual, so you can definitely join regardless of where they are. Most now have even allowed you to sign up or register up to 24 hours before the event starts. So definitely check it out. And if your school is looking to host a hackathon, let your core team know, and who knows, maybe we can explore the option to bring some extra resources, whether it be myself or other Google developer advocates, to teach y'all some cool new skills.
Yep, big +1 to that. And I see Eddie's dropped the MLH link in the chat. Eddie, if you want to come on stream and say hi, you're welcome to. Eddie's one of the other DSC leads.
Yeah, say hi, Eddie.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Eddie. I'm a junior at Case Western Reserve out in Ohio, and I'm the DSC lead at our school this year. So it's nice to meet you all.
Thanks for joining us. It's a pleasure seeing you.
Yep, and I want to point out that DSC is one big community, and we're constantly talking with the other leads, and you might even see us collaborate with other colleges and events. So if that's something you're interested in, you should definitely sign up, become a member, and we do cool stuff. Do we have other questions?
So it looks like we had one come through. Do we have server to support the training of neural networks? So that's something we can explore. It sounds like what that would be is a specific event looking at a little bit higher technology, right, if you will. So with us gearing more towards like beginner-friendly workshops at the beginning, we may not have support for this right away, but we can build towards this as we go throughout the year, so students can get a little bit more of a understanding before we just jump into neural networks like a couple weeks in. I think that would help kind of bring everyone to the finish line there. It looks like we do have, yeah, of course. Does look like we have another question about collaborating with Solution Challenge from other schools. So Kevin, I hate to be the one to tell you this. This is where we don't want you to work with students from other schools, because if you'll go to our blog post, what we like to do is we like to feature specific universities, as that's where you're mainly networking and working with your peers, right? This year it is going to be a little different since it's virtual, but we're still going to restrict Solution Challenge projects to be worked on students from your campus specifically, unless something changes, but that's probably not going to change.
There's another question in the chat. Is there MLH clubs or something we have to sign up for individually?
No, so MLH is essentially Major League Hacking. That's like what their name is actually all out. Think of them as kind of like the esports league for hackathons. They kind of help provide resources, mentoring, and training to a lot of these organizers so they can put on fantastic events for y'all. So MLH does a lot of the legwork to make sure everything goes smoothly. That's kind of why we recommend a lot of their specific hackathons. It's a better student experience, especially in the virtual atmosphere.
Definitely. Thanks for all the great questions. Do we have others? You can just jump in on voice. Like, just feel free to unmute yourselves and talk.
So Edwin asked, as this is a university club, should we sign up with our university emails?
Preferably yes, because it makes it a little bit easier to coordinate on our end when we're authenticating people. Of course, you're not required to, but if you can, please use your .edu email.
+1 there. Make it simple on your core team, right? If you can, and you're able to.
Do we have more questions?
So I actually have a question.
Yes, please.
I should have looked this up before joining, but what is y'all's mascot?
It's a wildcat.
A wildcat. Okay, cool. Awesome. So the Wildcats, got it. Good to know. I went to Texas Tech, so we were Raiders, which is essentially a man on a horse with guns. So, woo.
If anyone has any questions for anyone on the core team as well, like I guess on a slightly more personal basis, feel free to ask those as well. Like, we want to get to know you guys.
All right, so Liam, you opened it up. You said you're a video gamer. What's your favorite video game? What do you play right now?
So right now, I know it's kind of a kiddie game, but I've been playing a load of Fall Guys.
Hey, that's a great game.
Yeah,
it is a great game.
But prior to that, I played a bunch of Risk of Rain 2. I spent a load of time. I kind of got on the Witcher train kind of late. So I put a bunch of hours into that.
I have to say, Witcher
Very
is one of my
nice.
favorite games. Super nice.
Second that. I've spent this whole summer playing The Witcher 3.
Very, very solid game.
When we make that Discord server, we should like have a channel just for games.
For sure.
I just dropped it in the chat, but I love Rocket League. So, in fact, I love it so much. I'll probably jump on as soon as this info session call ends. So yeah.
I just got Rocket League. You know what? I'm gonna add you as a thing on Steam and let's play.
Let's do it. Yeah, would love to play Rocket League with all y'all. So maybe if that's something y'all are interested in, maybe we could do like a little game night or something, right? That could be fun.
Yep, that could be one of our events. It doesn't have to be all work.
Yeah. Look, y'all, as much as this is focused around tech, there is one thing I think we forgot to say here throughout this entire event. This is supposed to be fun. So if at any point you're not having fun, raise your hand and tell us, and we'll get back to the fun, right? You can learn new tech skills, you can network with friends, you can work on projects and still have a great time. And that's really what I'm looking to facilitate, right? Being part of a community is not just learning new skills. It's not just learning, a cool Googler who you could potentially reach out to for, like resume or LinkedIn advice. It's also about having fun, networking with your peers, and enjoying the ride. So definitely make sure to remember that, and please tell us if we ever kind of move away from that
We
trend.
have some suggestions in the chat. We have Minecraft, Dota 2, Call of Duty. I love all of those. We should definitely create that channel and hang out. If you guys want to show off your sick Mario Kart skills or something, hit us up.
Yeah, Dominic,
Yeah.
I've been playing some Valorant too. That's a
Nice.
very, very addictive.
Haven't quite gotten the Valorant train myself yet, but definitely.
I've been warned against it because I'll probably get sucked in a little bit too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, and even if yeah, thank you for confirming. But yeah, if y'all are not gamers, we can definitely play other games. I have a Switch. I have Monopoly. I have like all sorts of like different games like that we can play. There's some really cool games we can bring into Discord servers, right? So don't feel like if you're not a gamer, you're left out. We want to include you. So if it's not games that excites you, let us know, right? D&D, I'm down, y'all. Careful.
I'm looking at somebody playing Eve, and Eve is like huge. That's like a whole world in itself.
Economics use the EVE economy to study like large-scale economies. EVE's terrifying.
Yeah, I know that one's insane. But like Danny was saying, if you guys aren't gamers, like share your hobbies, and I mean, we'll get in on it.
I want to get into gaming. That's the thing. It's just, I don't know how. What do I need? It's just
Minecraft. I think somebody already mentioned that, but Minecraft.
Minecraft's a good one. Maybe picking up the Nintendo Switch too. Switch is like it's like just a longer Game Boy. So it's
still sold out everywhere. Or are they back?
oh,
Because I remember for a time, my younger sister's a
I think
gamer.
they're still sold out.
sorry, I've
They're
had
like
one.
going for like 4 times the price or something, and I'm not down for that one. But
Go to the
Yeah, bad
PC Master Race subreddit and then just take all the stereotypes from there.
I see Arun's waiting for the 3070 to drop. It did drop yesterday, and its performance looks sort of insane. I think it's better than a 2080 Ti or something. Looks absolutely crazy.
I didn't
Also
think
like
it
an
was
extra
2080
$100, I think.
Oh, I'm so excited for the 3080. I think my computer's going to get a 5x performance improvement. It's crazy.
What are you running right now?
2060 Super.
Oof, nice.
So we've been talking about gaming for a while. Is anyone like really into music? Like, why don't we throw out some like different musics that people like? Or maybe if you
I
are
make
a
music.
musician, Oh, you make music? Yeah.
Yes, I play guitar, keyboard, bass, viola, and I guess I have some production skills.
Holy cow, that is really impressive.
That makes it sound a lot better than I am. I'm actually kind of terrible, but whatever.
Well, I have not heard you play, so I'm going to assume you're fantastic until I hear otherwise. So thank you for sharing.
Yes, +1 to that.
I do as well. I actually have a YouTube, so.
Oh, you should definitely share that with everybody.
Yeah,
Share it.
I have some songs on Spotify and iTunes, and I also got a degree in music, so.
Dude, you have to share that. I mean,
Okay, I will.
Talent show.
Man, this might be the most talented group I have seen in an info session thus far, y'all. That's awesome. Anyone else have some hidden talents that apparently we have, a musician from Spotify on here? That's incredible. It was Alyssa, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Yes, please make sure to share that with us on YouTube. Yeah, I want to check it out.
Cool.
awesome. It looks like people are dropping their socials in the chat. That's great. Fantastic.
Einstein.
little bit off topic, but Victoria's dog should be our club mascot.
Yeah.
I agree.
Already ahead of you. He is.
I agree.
He is. When Daniel said it earlier, what's your guys' mascot? I was about to say Einstein, and I didn't realize you were talking about the school.
I was confused too.
We should make Einstein our club mascot. I think that's basically it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm trying to make my dog the unofficial mascot of DSC across North America. And in fact, there's his Insta. Give him a follow. Oh, what a cutie.
He's a sweetie. And he's like, he's been crying this whole time for me to take him on a walk. So I've been on mute.
Mine is actually right beyond my room divider, sitting on my couch, just staring at me. So silently judging, you know, all that good stuff. Well, hey, y'all.
Dog out too.
No, this is amazing, y'all. I really like how we went from questions to everybody sharing hobbies and stuff like that. I really like how people are sharing their socials now as well. Like, this is amazing, y'all. Let's keep this momentum up, right? What we're doing here in this Zoom call, bring it to this Discord channel, right? Share your passions, network, communicate with one another. As much as you put in with participation is going to be as much as we can give y'all back. So definitely continue the participation, continue to encourage others to join and ask questions, right? Seems like we may not have any questions left about info session tonight, but hey, that's okay with me. I'm happy to talk about gaming, cats, dogs, music, movies for as long as y'all want.
And if any of you guys want like some of the links that we shared earlier about how to sign up as a member, let us know. We can just keep that up on the screen. But
was there a Discord link?
Oh no, we don't have a Discord yet. But
Okay.
Liam, I think we were discussing this, and we might actually ask one of you guys to, you know, make our Discord for us, because we don't actually have anybody to be a sort of webmaster.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there might be a potential volunteer opportunity right now.
Yeah, so
I
anyone
was
has
trying to
something
learn-
decently sized. Okay, wait, actually, Mood, yeah, what were you saying?
I was gonna say I was learning how to make Discord bots actually conveniently the other day.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, we'll definitely follow up on that. Okay. If we have no more questions, do you guys want to talk about anything else? Otherwise, we can go ahead and, you know, sort of call this the end of the info session.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Yep, you do.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for letting me join.
Thanks.
Take it easy.
Thank you.